Hello, Leo. Welcome to your monthly reading for April 2025. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you know we are going to jump right into it. Leo, I hope you are excited. I'm excited for you. There's so much happening this month. This is going to be possibly one of your most unforgettable months of maybe even the past few years. This is big, okay? Now, if you're new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Then I'll do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I pull more cards. I tell you what's going on. Because there's, okay, in your overview, I'm not going to have time to go over everything on the and there's more in the back here. That's how loaded April is, okay? And I do all this, so you feel like you're getting a personal reading, all right? And as always, if you want to go straight to the tarot reading, the timestamps in the description box. Now, Leo, buckle up. This is going to be a very wild, stimulating, exciting, game-changing month. There's major stuff happening with you for partnerships, for career, for love. Everything's here. Everything is here, okay? Great new beginnings for you. Welcome to the paradigm shift. We're here, all right? This is going to be the first month where you, Leo, a lot of other signs, but you particularly are going to feel like you're no longer walking in quicksand. You remember the past few months? You remember even way back to September? Okay? So I told you last year, January, February, it's going to be slow, Leo. March, it's going to be a little bonkers and confusing with the double retrogrades and the eclipses. Okay? And now just buckle up. Buckle up. Once we hit mid-month again, I cannot wait to tell you what's about to happen. But even the beginning of the month, you're going to hit the ground running. Remember, we're coming after the end of March, the single most important time of 2025, where your life starts transforming. You're kicking off this brand new era in your life, especially after, that major planetary alignment that we've never seen in our lifetime, where we have that new moon solar eclipse, right? And Aries. Here's the thing. You're still going to feel that energy this month. You're going to feel it for the first few weeks, especially. Yeah. We still have 4 planets conjuncting in Pisces with a North Node there. Okay. Your destiny. So when I say this is going to be a month, there's aspects happening this month that we've never experienced in our lifetime. Some that we haven't experienced in over 20 years. That's how powerful this month is. It's your awakening. It's your great awakening. This is the age of wisdom that I've talked about. We're on the brink of the age of Aquarius. You're leaving the old world, starting the new. You're everything. It's changing for you. Okay, so focus on that heart-based living, your soul's mission, your path to enlightenment. All of that's going to be very important this month. All right, and even with all this Aries energy, ooh, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. You're a fellow fire sign, right? You're BFF Aries. So courage, entrepreneurial energy, ambitious, self-sufficiency, leadership. I am is, that's what Aries energy is. It's all about you, Leo. And again, there's a big thing happening this month that's going to be even amplifying that. All right. And also remember, you're experiencing Neptune in Aries for the first time ever. Because remember, like I said, so just look at your last week's reading. Neptune moved into Aries for the first time since 1861. Yeah? For the next 14 years, that's your 9th house. That's the house of God. That's the house of spirituality, inner wisdom. You're the spiritual leader. You're the spiritual warrior. This is all about your collective ideals as well, sharing it with the collective, your shared experiences. I mean, this is big. Publishing, broadcasting, big. You're getting on a bigger platform here. This is huge. Travel, big for you. Are y'all traveling? A lot of y'all are traveling right now or planning travel. If not, travel of the mind. 9th house is higher mind. You're learning new things. Education. Maybe you're going back to school, but either way, vibrate at a high frequency. April is going to be one of the biggest months of your lifetime. All right? It's going to be big. And again, go to your last week's reading where I talk about where everything just kind of kicks it off, where April does feel like it's slingshot, okay? Not the one that, you got on Valentine's Day from your husband, okay? Your kid made you that macaroni necklace. No, not that. We're talking about, did you see the movie Interstellar? Remember when they used that black holes, gravity, that supermassive black holes, the gravity to slingshot to accelerate, kick up the velocity, the speed to get to Edmund's planet. They're running. They gained momentum. That's what you're doing this month, okay? In your orbit, everything, you're gaining all that momentum, all right? Now, the first 2 weeks, though, we still have those retrogrades, all right? Remember, Venus and Mercury are retrograde, but you see what's happening here. So we'll talk about that. So what does that mean for you, Leo? Hey, it's going to be a time where you're still going to be processing things. You may be, still on the fence about things. Maybe things are not going at your pace, okay? You're reassessing. So just please take your time and don't rush into things right away, all right? You're going to look at it's insane, okay? Maybe you need to hear back from people. That's what retrogrades are, but it's to practice patience. You're going to have a lot of change coming this month. You're going to be in a completely new area of your life. Because look at what's happening. And again, I'm skipping. I didn't even write what's happening on April 1st. We're going to talk about that in your weekly forecast next month. But look at how insane this weekend is. This is the most insane weekend of the year of 2025. You've got on Friday, April 4th, you've got Saturn sextile Uranus. You got Mars sextile Uranus. You got Mars trining Saturn. Not talked about this in your April overview. I give you a little bit previewed. I give you a heads up. This is going to be big. All right. Now, this is one of the biggest days of 2025. Please take advantage. Please write this down in your books. Please prepare, all right? You got all the sunlight. The sun rules you. This is always a big sign. When the sun comes out, you see, I'm like freshly out of the shower too. Just really early in the morning. Let's see. There you go. There you go. All right. You take screenshots, do what you need to do, but this is going to be big. Saturn sextile Uranus. We're going to have this one more time this year. We haven't had this aspect since 1997. Yeah? Mars sextile Uranus. This only happens twice a year, so these are rare. Mars trine Saturn. I talked about this. We're here. This is the day they perfect. Look at your last week's reading. This is it. Have you been working on things? Have you been building that structure in your life? Now, before you even get there, look at Uranus being so activated. Oh my goodness. Uranus, the great awakener, the planet of change, of revolution, evolution, progress, innovation, freedom. Your future. That's Uranus. Uranus is breakthroughs and surprises. Okay? Uranus is in Taurus. Leo, what does that mean? Career. You're having major breakthroughs right now. All right? Major. It's not even a question. This is your 10th house of career and fame. You love that. You rule the 5th house, right? So perfect. You're royal. You're Leo. This is amazing. Here's a breakthrough. Amazing, okay? Now, if you're retired, if you're not working, doesn't matter. What are you exerting your energy into that you want to be known for? What is your biggest passion? What's your heart saying? That's what this is. It's coming now. It's coming. 10th house is also your reputation, it's honors, it's achievements. Are you joking me? This is huge. Okay, so just know this is going to be a really big weekend. Saturn, clearly very active. Saturn is life lessons, authority. A lot of you are becoming a bigger authority. Saturn is long-term plans and your goals and gains. Okay, so whatever you're doing now, you're definitely going to leave a footprint. You're going to think about your legacy. This is huge. You got to use this. You got to take those inspired actions. Okay, and here's the great thing. It's perfecting on the 4th. You're going to feel it beginning of the month, okay? That's how strong these aspects are. So from April 1st to about the 10th, 12th-ish, big. But of course, April 4th is, the money shot, the boom, boom, right? So really big. And as I explained in your, astrology monthly overview of April, all of these aspects, what are the chances? They're all happening at 25 degrees. The Aries point, the Aries degree point, the cardinal degree. Fresh beginnings, fresh starts, leadership, all of that. Taking control. I love this. Coming after that new moon solar eclipse in Aries that we just had. Neptune officially moving into Aries at 0 degrees. Fresh come on. The sun exalted in Aries, Mercury in Aries. Aries, all about new beginnings. So there's something big here happening, brewing for you. And it could be actually on the day for a lot of y'all. But pay attention to the first 2 weeks. What's your vision moving forward? Like I said, don't rush things. Things are going to play out. All right. There's definitely going to be changes. Maybe some you didn't expect. I mean, it's Uranus at play here, but hey, Again, a lot of 10th house activity, but you got Saturn in the mix. So you got money stuff here. Saturn in Pisces is your 8th house. Think about bonuses, commissions, inheritance, investments, joint bank accounts, okay? Royalties, loans, debts, paying off debts, taxes, all that's part of the 8th house, but it's also partnerships, relationships, business partners. There's stuff happening for you, okay? There's stuff happening for you. See how things play out. I'm just saying that because Mercury will be retrograde up until the 7th. Just see how things play out. That's all I'm saying, okay? Now, also, put wheels in motion, please, all right? If you have to sign something, if you have to... Look, you got until Monday. Look at that. We'll get to that in a second, but I'm going to talk about this more in your weekly forecast next week. This is, again, the craziest weekend of the year. So yes, I'm only glazing over this. Now, who's going to feel this the most? Everyone. Everyone. Every modality is activated here. Fixed signs, mutable signs, cardinal signs. However, if you know your birth chart, if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets between 23, 27 degrees in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you're going to feel this. You are going to feel this, okay? And just when you didn't think that your life could be any more life-changing, look at what's happening the day after, okay? Now, Saturday the 5th, and I'm going to say Saturday the 5th to Sunday the 6th, so just think about the weekend, all right? Because a lot of these aspects, by the way, they perfect like really late at night, really early in the morning, really odd times, but also it depends on where you live in the world. So just over the weekend, the sun will sextile Jupiter, all right? This only happens twice a year. All right? Yeah, this is huge, major. Why is it so major for you? Well, first of all, this is the best and luckiest day of the month. Best, luckiest weekend of the month. This is Jupiter, the planet of luck, good fortune, prosperity, profit, expansion, abundance, all of that, wisdom. Excuse me, right? Sextiling the sun. Sextiles are windows of opportunity while this is happening. Jupiter, which is in Gemini, that happens to be in your 11th house. What does that mean? That is the house of your future hopes, wishes, and dreams. You have no idea, Leo, how excited I am for you. I put on the good eye cream for you. So please take advantage of this. Like I said, we only get this twice a year. Put wheels in motion. This is the Midas touch here, all right? On the same day, Venus trines Mars. Are you joking me? Or are you just joking? It's big. So when I say this is the biggest, craziest, bonkers, best, luckiest, everything. Now, the 11th house also rules your community, your groups you belong to, your friendships, your squad, okay? Benefactors, allies, all of that. So, whoa, oh my goodness. So Jupiter's bringing up a lot of great things for you, a lot of blessings for you, but now you got Venus trine Mars, making things effortless and so auspicious, and this great flow with love and romance and relationships and money and creativity and beauty, all up for grabs the same day that Jupiter's saying, hey, I'm going to bring you a lot of luck and good fortune now. What is happening, Leo? What's happening? Go big. This is it. Okay? Do the peace sign in a selfie. Whatever makes you feel good, this is it. You're going to feel really good. Look at the houses it's activating for you. Oh my diddly days. All right, so a lot of big things happening for you. And you know what happens when the two cosmic lovebirds, love bugs, whatever they are, Venus and Mars, when they tango, especially in a trine, okay? And by the way, okay, we're going to talk, okay, I'm going to tell you later. There's so much happening for you, Leo. I'm going to tell you later, but remember, Venus trine Mars, They're Venus and Pisces, Mars and Cancer, two water signs, water signs, so very emotionally moving, beautiful. But Venus is retrograde, so hey, people from your past may be coming back, former lovers may be coming back, or maybe it's creative ideas you had in the past that you're going back to now. Okay, maybe you were thinking about something from the past around that time. All right, maybe you were thinking about doing, different hairstyle. And now it's like, okay, I'm really going to do this because I want to go back in the dating scene. Whatever it is, there's something here for you. There's something here for you. Okay, so I really want you to go for this. This is happening at 25 degrees too. You are going to see me say that a lot. So when I say this month is a big month of new beginnings and initiating things and taking charge and leadership with all these 25 degrees aspects, these fresh starts, if you're single, Leo, you bet. If you don't go out there to the taco bars, you got wherever you meet singles, okay? Go to the library, wherever. It doesn't even matter. Spring is sprung, right? Go out there. You're feeling good. Look at what's happening for you. If you're in the southern hemisphere, fall's looking great. Look at the leaves. You get to hold hands with someone while the leaves fall. Whatever it is, just know this is happening while the sun is sextiling Jupiter, with all these Uranus aspects of breakthroughs and surprises. So if you happen to be, stuck on the subway, right? You might have a sliding doors moment. If you get called into jury duty, don't fret. Jupiter's bringing you luck. Uranus is bringing surprises. That person sitting next to you with the wig on may be your next soulmate. You have no idea. You have no idea, okay? So just put yourself out there is all I'm saying. All right. Now, and remember what I said in your 2025 annual forecast, these retrogrades, sure, they've been a little, but blessing in disguise, because this is bringing Venus trine Mars 3 times this year's. We're going to have this again next month. And oh my diddly days, that one is going to be, that's the hot spot for you. The one next month, oh, we're going to talk about that in May. Because that one's yours. That one's yours to keep. Okay, we'll talk about it later. All right, but just bear in mind, Jupiter. When I say brings blessings, your blessings depends on the actions you take. That is what karma is. You are on a karmic journey, and I've explained it so many times. In Sanskrit, karma literally means action. Take that action. Okay, now, Oh, the other thing I was going to say is that, Venus trine Mars next month. That's the last one. And that's going to be all yours. That one belongs to you. Then we don't get Venus trine Mars until 2027. So please take advantage. Remember, it doesn't have to be love. Venus is, like I said, creativity. It's luxury. It's money. You got money stuff big time because Venus is in Pisces in your 8th house. Anyway, take advantage of this. And when you meet your soulmate, invite me to your wedding, all right? When you start your business, your new business, a lot of you are doing big things. Invite me to your celebration party, okay? Or just become a member. And so listen, the signs that are going to feel this the most, by the way, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, and you. All right? So really, really wonderful, all right? This. And, the water signs can't, if you're a cross watcher, by the way, right? If you watch for rising, your moon, or for your kid, your husband, or your best friend. Okay, so, but the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they're definitely going to feel the Venus trine Mars the most. Now, Monday, we got Venus conjuncting Saturn at 25 degrees. Now, this is typically a once a year aspect. On average, we are going to have this again this month. We get this twice. So what does that mean? What does that mean? First, think back to January 18th, around that time when we had it that time. All right. What was going on around that time? All right. Now, this aspect is especially potent. Venus conjuncting Saturn. That's strong. All right. You got not only Venus conjunct Saturn, you got Venus conjunct Saturn, the North Node, Mercury, all in Pisces. So what does this mean? It's love, it's relationships, it's money, everything that I told you about with Venus, Saturn bringing that stability, bringing that long-term commitment, that structure, that in it to win it. This is that make it or break it moment though. All right. Things that you desire. That's what Venus is. Things that bring you pleasure. All right. So bringing that structure for the long haul. This is the first check-in. Okay. Saturn's checking in. Remember, Venus retrograde. So a lot of this is like past stuff. Like, do I want, like, you got to know. You got to start knowing. All right. There may be something here with business colleagues, big time for you. There may be something here with business, big time for you. And there may be something here big with sex for you. Okay. Just FYI, romance, all that. Keep that in mind. And again, you becoming a bigger authority. Now, here's the thing. Saturn is being a TSA agent at this point. Remember, reality checks. He's bringing those, and he's going to come in hard because he's conjuncting Saturn or Venus twice this month. All right. But remember, you create your reality. This is prime time. Yeah. This is your awakening, as above, so below. Stay heart-based, heart-focused. We're co-creators. Vibrate at that high frequency. But at this point, really know what you want. Okay. Go to your, if you think that it is what it is, go to your, crush's place. Do the Love Actually thing. Yeah, with the cards, whatever it is, just use this because there's, again, so much stuff happening here at this point that's not even on the whiteboard. I'm looking at my notes. I just don't have time. I've been going way over on these April forecasts. It is so, you thought March was bonkers? Look at what's happening. Mercury goes direct that day. All right. Really amazing. Now you got clarity. Now you got perspective. Now you got forward momentum. Okay. But here's the thing. Mercury goes direct, no longer retrograde, but in Pisces. Okay. Mercury doesn't do great in Pisces. Mercury's going to be in shadow a little bit. The shadow doesn't matter. Actually, I don't even care about that. But we'll talk about that in your weekly forecast next week. But use this because Mercury is in Pisces, so just use it. Pisces is that dream energy, intuition, okay? Talk about the stars or the dreams or go see Twilight, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Have those endorphin hits. But remember, this is all happening on the North Node. What do you want? This is a month that you're going to want to know because there's something else happening later this month. Okay, that I'm going to talk about, but something from the past is going to be coming up around this time only. And I say that because Mercury's at the same degree where we had that eclipse in Pisces in September 2024, I think it was September 17th, 19th, something like that. What was happening around that time for you? Again, love, partnerships, relationships, the 8th house. This is all happening in your 8th house. Out of all the signs, you are up there, in the top 3, going through a personal revolution, big transformation. The 8th house is death and rebirth. You're becoming a new you. And remember what I said, you got the North Node, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, all conjunct in Pisces, but let's isolate Mercury conjunct Saturn for a second, okay? At this point, you're going to have to be willing to commit, things that you've been reassessing since February. It gets a little bit more complex, and again, we'll talk about it next week. All right, but it's Saturn, commitments, TSA agent saying, if you want to come through, you got to remove some stuff, and you got to know that silver necklace you're wearing, that don't work. Anyway, the reason why I talk about commitments, it's a big thing for you for this month. All right, Leo? For you, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and because of that, Saturday, April 12th, we've got the full moon in Libra. All right, this is a weekend full moon happening at 9 p.m., so it's a nighttime full moon. Great, wonderful. So around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, convert that to, that's New York City time where I live, right? So convert that to wherever you are in this world, but it doesn't matter. You're going to feel it days before, days after. That's how a full moon works. Now, this one's big. When I talk about commitments, this is a full moon. Endings, culminations, even breakups. It's happening in Libra. Partnerships, relationships, commitments. Big. Okay? Legal matters. It's Libra. But also, Libra rules your third house. So, therefore, for y'all, Leo, a lot of it's going to have to do with contracts. There may be the end of contracts, agreements, verbal agreements. It's the third house. Writing projects too. But full moons are emotional. You reflect. They're turning points. Technically, this is ending that, finally, the Aries Libra axis that we're on since 2023. Now, this full moon in Libra on paper, and by the way, third house is also travel. It's business. It's also new things, learning new things, and family, like siblings and aunts and distant relatives and your local community. Now, this full moon in Libra, on paper, it doesn't look great, okay? The sun and moon going to be squaring Mars and Cancer. But, okay? The sun's going to be conjuncting Chiron. I actually like this. It makes that healing a lot easier. Jupiter, is back in the scene. Trining the moon. Yeah? Amazing. And then Uranus in your 10th house of career and fame and your reputation will be sextiling Venus, the North Node, and Saturn. Remember, opportunities. Mars will be trining Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and the North Node. And even Neptune. Wide, but still there. So, yes, please. Big, loaded full moon. Yes. Is it amazing? Yes. Is it emotional? Yeah. It's a full moon. And Mars is still in Cancer. Just remember, be responsive, not reactive, but put things to bed, okay? They can be a little emotional. Emotional responses often suppress critical thinking, okay? And remember, emotions, it's a full moon. It's intuition. It's all of that, okay? But the reason I'm telling you that is because literally at the same time of the full moon, Venus is going direct. Venus, which has been retrograde since March 1st, has now gone direct, okay? Venus, what are the chances? Venus, which is Libra's ruler, right? So this is a Venus-ruled full moon, going direct in Pisces at 25 degrees. I told you 25 degrees is we'll talk about it. What are the chances that's happening? Venus exalted in Pisces. Amazing. Sextiling Uranus, breakthroughs, breakups if you need it, right? It's a full moon, but it's freedom. That's Uranus. It's freeing. Remember, new opportunities. This is Venus. And Venus is in your 8th house. So new opportunities in money, in love, in sex, and creativity, in relationships, in business. Venus also rules Taurus. Venus rules Libra and Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus, highly activated. Taurus is a finance sign. The possessions, values, your values, things that you desire, things that bring you pleasure. All of that on the table here. Venus is direct now. So what does that mean? Venus is now actually bringing you things with Uranus activated. So you could have sudden, this is how significant this full moon is. You could have sudden opportunities to make money, to meet your soulmate, to the one, right? To hear good news. Jupiter, I told you, is trining the moon. Expansion, growth, luck. You got to read your moon signs too, by the way. I know that you read your sun and your rising, and that completes your horoscope, right? It's 50-50. But the moon, just this month, with something else that's happening, I would recommend you reading, what is your moon sign, Leo? Read that, okay? Anyway, Venus, by the way, feminine energy, okay? The moon, feminine, right? Energy, mother energy, all right? So what does this mean? There's very likely a female figure in your life that will be involved around this full moon. It can be your mom. It can be your boss. It can be your girlfriend. It can be your wife, your neighbor. colleague, the baker down the street, right? Remember, you got local community stuff here happening, all right? Maybe the, cashier at Trader Joe's that you have a crush on, whoever it is, lawyer, right? Because remember, you got legal matters, big time legal matters stuff happening, all right? You do, Leo, you do. I think this day is the taxes day anyway. I don't know. It is in the US. But anyway, Libra is the woman with the scale, right? The Roman goddess of justice. Libra literally translates to scales in Latin, by the way. So legal matters are very highly likely here. But again, especially for you, you got your house of contracts activated, your house of legal matters activated. And then, when Pluto gets active, we'll talk about that. Anyway, here's the thing. Who's going to feel this full moon the most? It'll be cardinal signs, okay? So if you watch for your rising, your moon, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Taurus, all right? And Taurus. And if you have any planets in your natal chart, your birth chart, between 20 to 26 degrees in any cardinal sign, it does not matter, okay? It does not matter. Yeah? You're going to feel this. Now, Venus going direct, again, will bring you things. So, anyway, we're going to talk more about that in your weekly forecast because there's I'm not doing any justice. Get it? Because there's the more to it. Now, Tuesday the 15th to Wednesday the 16th, again, it didn't even matter. Just let's say the Tuesday the 15th, Mercury goes into Aries, so finally leaves Pisces, which is fine. It was only like a few days, right? But not even on the whiteboard. I'm just going to give this to you now. Wednesday on the 16th of April, Mercury will conjunct Neptune. That is a dramatic pause for you to take that in. This is the very first major Neptune aspect in Aries. Nobody has experienced this Mercury-Neptune conjunction on this planet. This is going to be loud. It's in Aries now. This isn't Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces. This is Mercury conjunct Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees. Okay? Buckle up. All right? This is speaking with compassion, but assertively. All right? Dreamer energy, but serious dreamer. If you're an artist, anyway, this is big. It's in your 9th house. We'll talk about your weekly forecast, but here's what I wanted to get to. You can see that Mars moves into your sign Thursday, April 17th. Oh my fax machine. So Mars, first of all, finally out of retrograde, finally out of Cancer. That has been the most not easy thing for Leos. And that started in September. Last year. Remember, here's the thing. Mars did move into your sign for a short period of time. We're going to talk about this for a second, but just remember, Mars is out of Cancer, where it does its least best, into your sign, where it's fiery AF. Mars in Leo, that's heart-based. That's why I keep saying heart-based, all right? Focus on your heart. Focus on your heart. What does your heart desire this month, okay? Mars in Leo, that's loud, that's proud, that's creativity, that's being your authentic self. Leo, the king, the queen, royalty. This is your personal power. Mars is in your sign, the planet of action and drive and ambitions. This is you taking back your power, okay? Diplomatically, okay? Because Mars and Leo can be, it's pride and ego as well. So here's the thing. Mars has not been in your sign since May 2023. I want you to run with this, okay? I want you to run with this, have a field day with this, okay? Do some hopscotch, whatever you need to do. And when I say bam, what? You got Mars and Leo, fire sign, right? You got the Sun, Mercury, and Neptune in Aries, fire sign. You got Jupiter and Pluto in air signs. What do you do when you add oxygen with fire? You know that. You got the moon in Sagittarius actually this day too. So what when I say things are going to pick up, things are going to be picking up for you. Big time. Big time. Now, what I was going to say, when Mars was in your sign for a tiny bit last year, all right, Mars actually went retrograde in your sign December 6th. So what does that mean? What did you want to do, Leo? What did you want to do? November, I would say more like toward the end of November and all of December. What did you want to do but couldn't fulfill? Because Mars went retrograde and then went backward into Cancer in your 12th house of the subconscious. What did you want to do and couldn't? Now you can go full force. You got Mars here for 2 months. Okay? Up until June. Again, we're going to talk about this in your weekly forecast. This is a big deal. There's so much more to this, especially with a lot of the other stuff happening. And then on Saturday, the 19th, we got the sun moving into Taurus. This is big. There's something magical happening here we haven't seen in 160 years. We'll talk about your weekly forecast. And then Monday, that's when things get a little bit like a little challenging. All right. And just FYI, this is still got to be an enormous time for you, but just practice that patience. The 21st, you got the Sun square Mars. That can be a little bit challenging. This is like remember, you're in your spaceship. You did that, gravitational, slingshot. And then your co-captain decided to, he's like, oh, I want to go check out that, supernova. You're like, we got to get back to Earth. That's what's happening here. We got to see eye to eye with people. All right. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. In fact, this day, Saturn conjuncting the North Node. This day alone, big. All right. So remember, Saturn's been conjuncting the North Node for a long time, but this is it. This is when they perfect. Saturn, life lessons. This is winds of change here. Saturn, life lessons, karma. On the North Node, the point of fate, your destiny, karma, your purpose. This is big. Again, in your 8th house, we'll talk about this. There's just too much here. Okay? Just know the direction you're going. You're going to be reaping rewards. That's what Saturn does. You got to know your destiny. All right? Venus is applying here too. There could be an authority figure, business partner, something like that, lover here that really is in the scene. But just a big heads up. The reason why I have to emphasize this now and again in your weekly forecast. Next month in May, Saturn is leaving Pisces, okay, moving into Aries. So everything is changing for you. Like I said, from this point forward, all right, bringing a whole new energy. Saturn in Aries, okay? This is it with the North Node in Pisces. This is a 19-year cycle. Neptune fresh in Aries with Saturn. I mean, okay, so once in a lifetime. Again, once in a lifetime. Now, Wednesday, the 23rd, we got the Sun square Pluto. Again, I mean, the Sun is in Taurus. Pluto's in Aquarius. 2 fixed signs. You complete that picture. You're a fixed sign, Leo. This can be challenging for you. Fixed signs will feel this. Not seeing eye to eye, okay? Remember, Pluto is that, in Aquarius, is that revolution, that even revelations, right? Just be mindful. You're on your path to enlightenment. The actions you take, be mindful. Everything has ripple effects. Heart-based living, all right? This is your empowerment. Be flexible. Never let anyone take your power, okay? Trust your intuition. Thursday, the 24th, this is a second time. It's not even on the whiteboard. Venus will conjunct Saturn, okay? So again, we'll talk about that later. This is when Saturn is coming in really hard now, all right? Venus is no longer retrograde. Saturn's coming in really hard, okay? Now, the 25th, Mars opposite Pluto. Now, you are going to feel this. You're going to feel this strongly. You and Aquarius and Taurus and Scorpio, but you and Aquarius the most because Mars is in your sign. It's opposite Pluto in Aquarius, okay? This is the final opposition. Remember, we had this January 2nd. What happened? That first week? There's a lot. This is power trips. This is power struggles. This is ego. This is come at me, bro energy. Collar flipped up. This is authorities, bosses, leaders, all of that, micromanagers. You're, like testing you. So testing your freedom, your individuality. This can get a little West Side Story. So stay frosty, be cool. All right. You're going to be fine because there's so many other great things happening. But remember, it's all about how you respond, not on the whiteboard. Uranus will be sextiling the North Node, and that is going to be strong. Talk about winds of change. Talk about winds of change. Remember, you got a lot of fame stuff happening. And then on the 27th, the new moon in Taurus. Okay, listen, I like it. I like it. New moons, new beginnings. This is happening in Taurus. Y'all starting new careers. You becoming a lot more famous. All right, you got a viral something going fame on social media, whatever it is, or you ought to be recognized as the best babysitter in your neighborhood. Your whole neighborhood comes out and throws you a party for that, whatever it is. This is big for you. This new moon in Taurus. I'm gonna say it's happening with all these challenging aspects. It's not like the super easiest new moon, but it's still a wonderful new moon. And I do like one thing that's happening. I'll tell you later. And then Venus moves into Aries. So let's get started. Oh my gosh. Venus moves back into Aries. And so now talk about fiery AF. Yeah. Talk about fiery. You got Venus now in Aries. So you got like all this fire and air. Leo, let's get started. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on for you for April 2025 for Leo, Sun, Moon, and rising. Oh my goodness, Leo. I really didn't want this to. Okay, how much time? Okay, we're good. Leo, let's. What was I gonna say? Leo, how are y'all doing? Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I'm getting amped up because of y'all. I want you to take advantage of this month. You got so much happening. Remember, even all that Pluto energy. That's Pluto's your opposite sign. Partnerships, relationships, legal matters. You got a lot of stuff happening, all right? I do a traditional occultic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you absolutely know we will. Secondly, I love y'all. Let's get started. Wow, yeah, this is your month. Don't mess with me. Leo, you can mess with me, actually. This is it. This is it. You're good. You're absolutely good. Oh, look at all this sunlight. Can you even see? I'll pull him up to I can't even... Wait. Okay. Okay, so, oh my goodness. I just saw something that you're going to freak out. This has never happened. I've been waiting for this moment. You're getting a mic drop. You're getting 20 of them. This has never happened. I've been doing tarot for a really long time. I've always been waiting for this moment. This has never happened. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get started. You got the 9 of Wands. I'm just going to show you now. You got all 4 nines. You got all 4 nines in the pep cards. You got all 4 of them. That's never happened. I've always wanted to see, but you've got all of them. You got all of them. You got all of them. I can't even. You got all of them. 9. Remember, what did I tell you last week? Look at your last week's reading, what 9 is. 9 of Wands. Great. Hang in there. You're doing a great job. Hang in there. You're doing great. I told you, things have not been easy for Leos. Hang in there. This card is all about perseverance. You've been weathering the storm. You're saying nothing's going to, take anything away from anything that I've worked hard for. Nothing's going to knock me down. I'm tapping into my inner Chumbawamba. Okay? You're Leo. Of course you are. Amazing. You're good. Absolutely. Hang in there because look, you hang in there, you get your wish. You got the wish come true card in the heart of your spread in a monthly forecast. Like this is big. All right. 9 of Cups. Gina bottle right there. Look at him. All right. What is your wish? You're getting it. What did I say? You got everything. Jupiter. You got everything activated for you. You have Jupiter in Gemini in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams. Now, this is a Pisces card, actually attributed to Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is rules Pisces. So remember, Pisces rules your 8th house, love, partnerships, business, things like that, money matters, all of that. Sex, like intimacy. Anyway, this is Cups, love, emotions, feelings, wonderment, intuition, all of that. You're good. I can't look at how happy he is. This is a card of major satisfaction. Yeah. This is look, all the cups aligned over his head. Be proud of yourself. You're getting something. You got the 7 of Cups in your challenge area. I don't mind it. All it's saying is 2 things. One, well, you look at your spread. A, you didn't know what you wanted because things are just like, what is going on? And if you did know what you wanted, things just weren't clear. Now you're coming out of it. You're coming out of it big time. All right. Great month. And of course you are. Venus is going direct. Mercury's going direct. Like Mars is left Cancer, moved into your sign. You know what you want. You're going to go hard. All right. Now, other thing is, yeah, there may be someone, maybe a partner, maybe a business partner, maybe a colleague, maybe someone in your life, maybe a friend who's like, they're just like, oh, I don't know what I want. And you're going to be that leader. Be like, this is what we're going to do. All right. So now the other thing is you got the 9 of Pentacles in your crown. Of course, you want that. Look how glamorous she is. She's all J-Lo, in that gown. She got the symbol of Venus all over her gown. Love, relationships, money. It's Pentacles, money, wealth. This is what I talk about, feeling free, freedom. Uranus activated for you in your 10th house. And your money, you got money stuff too. You're good. You're absolutely good. Okay. Look at her. This is self-sufficiency. This is independence. This is feeling free. This is, empowerment. This is enlightenment. You've got this. You want it? You got it. You taking that action? Good. You got the 9 of Swords in the root of your spread. Okay. There's got to be some things you're going to have to face. Okay. Some things that maybe come up from the past or some things that you're just like, but with another person involved. All right. So there's got to be something that you've just got to remember. You've got that full moon in Libra. You've got all this partnership activity that I've told you that you're having all month long. There's going to have to be some sort of reckonings, resolution, whatever you need. You have to trust your intuition and not be in your head. Remember, heart-based as well. All right. And you got all the 9s. You got all the 9s. How? But anyway, the other thing is, there's possibly going to be, and it may happen more toward the end of the month. But actually, no, you're going to make some big decisions in the beginning of the month. But at the end of the month, remember, you've got all those more challenging aspects. Yeah, there's maybe someone's going to try to make you feel a certain way, or there is going to be some sort of parting of ways with a company, something here, boss, partner, whatever's happening in your life. Okay. And it may not be easy, but you're going to have to come out of that because you got the 9 of Pentacles in your future. So it does look strongly that you will. 9s, remember, fulfillment. You're getting everything you want. Completion. 2025 is the year of 9. I said this is actually this is it because you got the 9 of Pentacles in your future. Now, not only is the 9 of Pentacles all about structure and commitment, in it for the long haul. 9 of Pentacles, if you are a cross watcher, has shown up in pretty much a lot of signs because Saturn is so active. Saturn conjuncting the North Node, come on, exact. Saturn conjuncting Venus twice. Come on. So Saturn's all about the long haul. So is the 9 of Pentacles. Now, this is money. This is finances. There's some stability here. There's something that you are happily growing, right? This is the biggest field in tarot. That's the thing. You can plant as many seeds as you want. This is now you reaping your rewards, reaping what you've sown, everything. Remember, even Saturn is rewarding you. When you take those inspired actions, you're true to yourself. You're being your authentic self. In it for the long haul, all right? Money, wealth, but also Pentacles, like I said, your physical reality, physical world, all right? Interesting, right? What are you investing your time and energy and what do you want to grow? It can be a relationship, it can be a business, whatever it is for you, you're good. You're absolutely good. And I love the fact you got the 9 and the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Because they're 2 Virgo cards. Virgo rules your 2nd house of salary, income, finances, money. You're good. You're absolutely good. Let's get to your stuff. I can't even. I've never had 4 And of all the numbers, you got 9. Remember, 9 is prepared for 10. 10 is 101 new begetting, but 9 is like you're coming. Look at the progress, right? And it all leads to that Knight of Pentacles. So you're definitely, your life is changing this month. You're coming out of something, moving into something. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Leo, this is big. I've never had the 4. Oh gosh, I wish I could just. I've never had the 4 9s. That's so insane. Thank you for giving me that. That was amazing. And I love y'all. All right, so let's see. And I think you're the only sign I've ever put a lip balm on for. You're good. I hope I don't even hold on. Let me see if I can blow. Because I can't see what you see. Let me just see if I can. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So you see that? You're good. You see that? You're good. I can't even remember. This is your time. What I say about royalty, regal royalty. That's you. That's you. Kings, queens. What did you just get here? All kings, all queens. Look, you got the King of Cups. Great. This is your emotional stability. This is being very empathetic, but this is having all that self-love. This is wonderful. This is you. In a sense, this month, you're going to want to be the rock for other people, and it's going to happen. Things are changing. Things are changing. Have that self-love. Have that self-love, all right? Remember, heart-based living with that King of Cups, very emotionally, strong leader, right? You got the Emperor in your external factors area. So not even a king. The Emperor, the ruler of his destiny. This is mastery of self. And your external factors area. Oh yeah, Leo, this is big. Okay, there's someone opening doors for you. There's someone really big. That's power. That's authority. Big. Okay, wisdom. Look, he got the world in his hand. This is big. So someone's opening doors, or it could be someone in your life that you're partnering up with. There's something here that is someone's coming through. Big. That's empowerment. You got the King of Pentacles too. You got 2 kings and an Emperor. King of Pentacles. Look, you got the Knight of Pentacles in your future, indicating you're getting to what you're manifesting, what you're hoping for, what you want, which is wealth, security. King of Pentacles, right? Protection, being the provider as well for others. Not having to worry about money, you're good. Pentacles, also remember, if you're not here for money or wealth, Pentacles are your, physical reality. So again, your physical world, things that have to do with home as well, all right? Spend time in nature, though. Please do, okay? And remember, King of Pentacles is Taurus, so a lot of career stuff for y'all. And then you got the Queen of Cups, so you got the pair, you got the King and the Queen, so King is very public facing. Queen, more, internal, but still, you got her and your final outcome. You're going to be fine. This is self-love. This is huge. She leads with her heart. She has so much heart to give. It doesn't matter if it's a farmer or the Emperor. She knows the name of everybody in her kingdom. That's love. That's love. This is high frequency. This is super conscious love. This is you being in touch with your emotions. This is, look at her foot in the water. Emotional intelligence here, a lot of intuitive energy, but that self-love, self-care, all of that, really wonderful. I love this. I love you. You're amazing. How much time? Oh gosh. Okay. This is going to be, let's break it down week by week. Leo, I'm here for you. Let's do it. First week of, you're good, by the way. You don't even need it. This is one of the most mind-blowing spreads because look, you got all these 9s. And again, this is you. The sun is your ruler. So the sun is actually here giving you a big sign. Right? So you see, you got all these 9s, right? The 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the Wish Come True card in the heart of your spread, card of satisfaction, feeling really good, getting what you want, all these 9s. And then as you move forward into your future, and then look at your staff, this is you being so empowered, being like, you can't even make this up. All these court cards. So you got all these 9s, you got all these court cards. You got the Emperor too, but the Emperor. I can't even. I mean, you got that 7 of Cups in your calendar, but still, you're coming out of that, which is great. You're good, Leo. First week. Let's just see what's going on for you. The first week, as you know, it's a big week. That weekend, Friday, Saturn sextile Uranus, Mars sextile Uranus, Mars trine Saturn, and then you got Jupiter, right? The Sun sextile Jupiter. Luckiest week. You got Venus trine Mars. You got Venus conjunct Saturn. You got a lot going on. You got Mercury going direct. You got that full moon in Libra. Let's see what's going on for you in the first week. And again, we'll go deeper in those aspects next week because they're just I barely scratched the surface. All right. So, oh yeah, look at you. 7 of Pentacles. Like I said, things are going to change. You're going to have those moments of reflection. I already said we're still in that first week. You got Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. There you go. That's amazing. Okay. That's your awakening. You're like, wait, do I even want what I've been in the past few months? Do I feel like I'm reaping any rewards? Do I feel like I've made any gains? No. This is when you take that big pause and be like, yep, well, I got to make some changes. Okay? Got to make some changes. But, they may just most certainly happen already. All right? So let's see what's going on for you for the second week. All right? So second week, you've got, Mercury moves into Aries. Then Mars moves into your sign. That's going to be fiery. AF. All right. And then, and then we enter Taurus season, which now from the 19th on, your entire existence is good for the next 4 weeks is going to be focused on the, career and fame and your reputation and honors, achievements, social status, leadership, for everybody. Okay. Or every Leo. Let's see what's going on for you for the second week of April. Your life is transforming. I can't. Don't even. Look at that. Look at that. You got death. Death is one of the best cards in the spread. This is it. Remember I said, get rid of the old, bring in the new. You got all these 9s. This is a year of, the snake shedding skin. This is it. You look at the sun coming on the horizon, right? You're good. You got opportunities coming. You're moving. Your life is transforming. Leo, I can't even with you. Let's go to the third week. Yeah, you got, Sun square Mars and Saturn conjunct the North Node, and then a lot of Pluto aspects that I didn't even tell you, okay? That's happening that are amazing for you. We'll talk about that later in, your weekly forecast. But I did tell you about Sun square Pluto because I want you to watch out for that. And Mars opposite Pluto. So let's see what's going on for you for the third week of April. Oh, yeah, there you go. 10 of Swords, perfect. You are, end. Let's end it all. End it all. Look, you got that 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. By that time, there's going to be some things where it's like, okay, if you feel like, okay, this has been a month where there's been a lot of changes and maybe there's been, you've had, a lot of stuff happening in your 12th house of the subconscious anyway, as well as hidden enemies. You've had some stuff happening in your, just wealth and partnerships, as well as second marriage. Okay. If you're here for that, and third marriage, actually, with Jupiter activated. But anyway, so it's look at what's happening here. So from the second week to the third week, what did I say about the sun coming on the horizon? So out of the actual sun card, the sun doesn't appear in that many cards. Now you got the sun coming on the horizon here too. This is the card of new dawn. 10 is the end. 1-0 equals 1, new beginning. All right. So there's something here up here. Let it go. Leave it in the past. You're on a karmic journey. And learn from everything. That's what karma is. You never have to go through that experience again. You've learned your lessons. Have that rebirth. You have major rebirth with death and the 10 of Swords. Major. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week. We got the new moon in Taurus. That's the biggest thing. Venus moving into Aries. And again, more, just so much I haven't even. Let's see what's going on for you. I'm just telling you the major stuff. Well, major stuff for you. Leo, let's see what's going on for you for the last week of April. You got the 7 of Wands. This is a Leo card, and this is a card of valor. This is a card of standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand and say, listen, no, back away. I've earned everything that I have now. I'm at the top of the hill. I've got the advantage. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. All right. Love this. I love it. Okay, so remember, the last week, remember, with all those oppositions and squares, yeah, can be challenging. Not seeing eye to eye. Some people look at the wands, they're trying to poke the bear, but you are on higher ground, okay? And this is indicative of you getting something that other people want. So, hey, you do you, but diplomatically, all right? Oh gosh, you did not just get 3 sevens. You just 777. Lucky, 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 lucky 77. I can't even. Leo, this is the most. I've never had. You're amazing. Okay, so yeah, we're pulling more cards. We're gonna look at career. We're gonna look at love. We're gonna look at everything. All right, so tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. We're gonna pull a lot more cards here. All right, for month forecast. And if you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on, Leo. I can't believe. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm here for you. I love you. I'm so happy for you, Leo. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. You're amazing, Leo. Next week, remember, we're gonna break down the first week. It is so intense. There's so much happening, especially for you. Like I said, this is one of the biggest times for you in 2025, but even in the past few years. All right. Thanks so much, Leo. I will see you next week. Bye bye.